Hello, friends. So this is Lilokin. So I've been hearing some discussion about light and dark witchcraft, and I think that the points that I've heard have been very interesting. And there's another part of being dark, which some people kind of get into, and that is just what I call the unknown. It is the perception of the unknown, the dark, the graveyard, thinking about death, thinking about these things, and how this all plays into our consciousness. And one of the things that I believe is that people who are drawn to especially witchcraft and some other things, they find these parts of ourselves which other people don't look into, meaning facing death, looking into the unknown, experimenting with the unknown, delving into parts of our consciousness which other people may not want to do. I think that this is just a part of exploring every aspect of our personality. I'm always quite hesitant when I see somebody who's in this light and love kind of phase where everything is good and you can't possibly have a single negative thought come into your mind. I find that just as destructive as somebody who only focuses on the negative and the unknown in life. I believe that you just have to have that balance. If you don't have that balance, it's like the Jungian shadow side of you, where it's just kind of, you become off balance, and if you don't deal with something one way, it comes up in another way. And so you really have to be very broad, and you have to kind of look at everything. So when I heard the term light witchcraft and dark witchcraft and white magic and black magic, I don't really buy into it. I think that you just you have to look at everything within its own context, if you will. People who call themselves light witches or dark witches or whatever, they're missing out on the other aspects in life. The truth of the matter is that we're born, we die, we experience life in between. Every single one of us is going to leave this planet one way or the other. We are going to experience situations which are incredibly uncomfortable for us to deal with. We're going to have to deal with experiencing the death of a loved one. We may even experience somebody going through a very painful and debilitating disease and slowly wasting away in front of our eyes. We may experience things that we do not know how, we do not have the coping mechanisms to deal with it. We may experience a trauma. We may experience a friend who experiences a severe trauma. These things are unfortunate parts of life. And I feel that the very rounded witch goes through those. They deal with the situation. They help the people around them go through those situations. On the other side, I think that there are aspects of life which are incredibly beautiful. There are moments that will pass us by that if we don't take advantage of those moments, we miss out on a fantastic experience that will be with us for the rest of our lives. We can share each other's joys. We can share each other's triumphs. There's a lot of aspects to life. I think that's basically what I'm saying. And placing a dark or light value on it is just kind of, that's our construct. That's part of our Christian makeup. Actually, it comes from the Zoroastrian concepts where, there's a light God and there's a dark God, and they're constantly fighting. It's just not the way it is. It's just, there's life, there's experiences. Some of them are great experiences, some of them are not so great experiences. But we get through those experiences, whether they're fantastic or they're not so fantastic. So I really find the concept of light and dark mute. I find it really funny when I come across somebody who's wearing dark eyeliner and wearing all black and walking around and trying to become like a dark witch. It's because you're not fooling anybody. Yeah, sure, you look pretty cool, but that's what you're going for, isn't it? You're going for that looking coolness. And what we perceive on the outside is incredibly important. People are not always aware of it. But when you look at somebody, you make an immediate judgment of them based upon their appearance, what color clothes they're wearing, everything about them. You make a snap decision, you make a snap judgment about those people. On the other hand, if you have somebody who's all light and airy and everything's okay and everything's beautiful and everything's wonderful, that annoys me too, because that's just not how life is. Life is full of all kinds of experiences. So, anyhow, that's my take on light and dark. And again, this has been Lilokin. Blessed be.